Hi, this is Miss Lisa again, and we're going to learn about other people's story. This is a story from Annie Oakley when she was young. Remember, she was the girl that could shoot and ride really well. Annie and John Mosley ran through the backyard. "Hurry, John! Father is loading his wagon for the mill," shouted Annie. "He will be gone all day, and we are just in time to say goodbye," said John. "In town, I will buy our food for the winter," said Father. "Will you also bring us a gift, Father?" asked John. "Wait and see, son. I will be home for supper." "We are going to build a bird trap today," said Annie. "Good. We will check on it early tomorrow," said Father. "Get along, horses," he shouted. And Father sped away. Annie and John met Mother and the baby by the hen house. "It looks like snow," said Mother. "I am worried about Father." "He will make it safely home," said Annie. "He always does." That afternoon, Anne and John prepared their trap. "Father uses corn stalks, string, dried corn, and a stick," said Annie. "Show me how," said John. Annie broke the corn stalks into pieces and stacked them on the ground. The trap grew tall. It started to look like a little log house. "Father ties the corners to make this trap strong," she says. "He adds a roof so that the bird will not get out." "How does the bird get in?" asked John. Anne held up the stick and she dug a path uphill to the trap. "Father drops corn along the path," she said. "The stick will hold up the trap. When the bird goes inside to eat, it will knock down the stick and will be locked inside the trap." John sprinkled corn. "Hurry, Anne. It's getting cold," he said. "Let's go home." "First, we must hide our trap," she said. And they covered the trap with leaves and started for the cabin. "Father will be so surprised when he finds a fat bird in the trap in the morning." "I want to find a fat bird for supper tonight," said John. The wind howled. Ooh-wee! John took Annie's hand. Snowflakes began to swirl around them. "Will Father be home soon, Anne?" asked John. "It's getting dark." "Soon," she whispered. "Soon." That night the family ate soup for supper. Boom! The wind shook the windows. Crash! A tree branch fell. John jumped in his chair. "Mother, I am afraid," he cried. "It is a blizzard," she said, "but we are safe at home together." The last log burned on the fire. "Anne," said Mom, "I need you to get more logs from the wood pile." Anne tied one end of a rope to the porch post and the other around Annie's waist, and Annie held on to the rope. The wind pushed and pulled her along. At one point, Annie slipped and dropped all the firewood. Soon Annie could not see the cabin through the snow. Her fingers were numb and her face stung, but she hung on until she was home with the wood. Mother threw more wood on the fire and the children lay down to sleep. "Let us pray for Father on this long snowy night," Anne said. She lay awake listening to the storm. Suddenly Anne heard horses. "Father is home," she cried. There. Mother threw the door open wide. Father sat on his wagon, and his reins were wrapped around his wrists. He did not speak, and he did not move his hands. "Oh, Father looks frozen," cried Anne. "The horses must have found their own way home." The family carried Father inside, and Anne took his wet coat. A bag fell from the pocket. "Father, you remembered," said John. "Peppermint." "Thank you." And Father shivered. "Will he be all right?" whispered Anne. "I hope so," said Mother. The next morning, Anne and John crept past Father while he slept. "A bird from our trap will be a cheer Father up today," said John. "He will feel better." "Hush," whispered Anne. "Father must rest. Let's hurry outside before we wake him." In the woods, they brushed the snow and leaves from the trap. "I hear it," said Anne. "Listen." "What is it?" John leaned near the trap. "Ho, ho!" cried a little voice. "It's Molly, our hen," said John. "It's not Molly," laughed Anne. "It's a quail." Anne held up the bird. "Father will be so proud," said John. Anne wrapped the quail in her scarf. "Until Father feels better, he can count on us to help him feed the family with our traps," she said. "We can do it," said John. "We will," said Anne. And they did. The end.